afternoon, and good day.
It is another Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, and today we are talking about things.
Always things.
Yes. My name is Michael Grambling. I'm the Bard Creative.
And I am Cindy Munoz, also known as the High Priestess 710.
And you're watching Cleric Talk, where we talk about things.
And mostly Dungeons and Dragons things.
Yeah, lots of D&D things. Today we will be talking about some stuff, but before I get into that, we have some morning announcements. Number one, if you haven't already, please follow, like, subscribe, donate bits, do the things that...
I mean, click buttons. That's all I could say. There's a lot of buttons to click. Click all of them. You might block us. You might join us. I don't know. Push them all.
Push them all. We are very close to getting some new cameras for the set.
Yes.
The support has been overwhelming and wonderful. But we need you to help us.
Do I have a mirror so I can like show themselves to them? Like break that fourth wall.
Break the fourth so that they can see what we see when we see you.
Yes. It's not as pretty as we want it to be.
We should get some faces and put them back there. Like full-size cutouts.
Gosh. Yes.
That would be great. So please let your friends, family, co-workers, random people know that every Tuesday at 1 o'clock we are on to talk about shenanigans and things like that.
Yes.
It's a great time for you to learn something new. You can always give us your opinion on something we're talking about, and we'll discuss these things because that is what we do on Tuesdays.
Yes, that's what we do. We like to talk and listen to ourselves.
Yes. I like to listen to her.
I like to listen to you too. That's why I like you DMing.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, you're right. I'm
not a liar.
Second announcement.
I just play one. Yeah, exactly.
Second announcement.
I role play one. A good one.
Second announcement. Mandalorian was out last Friday. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch it because it's great.
Can I tell you what I did? So, like, if you don't follow me on social media, you wouldn't know.
Why are you doing like
because I'm really excited because I pre-ordered my baby.
Oh, did you know?
I did. I pre-ordered the baby. And then I pre-ordered the big bubble.
It's the pop figure, right?
No, there were pop figures. So there's the big pop figure, the 10-inch one, I believe, and then there's like the little.
That's actual size.
Yeah, it's
big.
He's
like that big, right?
So I got that one, but I also got the stuffed doll that when you read the description, it says that it comes in the bassinet that he's in. Like that's cute. The packaging. So I'm so excited. And that's supposed to get released on my birthday. So I hope Disney does it. Whoa. Oh.
Better.
I'm trying to get my attention. I was like, I hope Disney doesn't like hold the doll until the pop comes out because the doll releases in April, which is my birthday, and then the pop doesn't release till June. So like I hope they don't pull that bullshit.
I hope they don't either. Ben was showing me someone trying to 3D print a baby Yoda, and it came out horribly wrong. It is a clump of disfigured mess and scariness.
Oh, was it a resin printing?
All the way up to about the
head
area.
Yeah.
And it just like started to like.
Oh, it must have backed up.
Yeah, something happened. And
it clogged.
It's like thread.
I've really been enjoying the fan art.
I'd be so frustrated. Yikes!
I've been really into like the fan art that I've been seeing. People have been putting out amazing artworks.
Yeah, there's been some cool shit. There's been some beautiful things. Someone put up a pie.
Oh, I saw that!
Oh my god!
That was the coolest thing. That was fantastic.
It was very Emily Dickinson vibey. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, it was like Baby Yoda.
So that's what we got for morning announcements. We're going to get into the bulk of the show. Cindy, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about a little bit more in depth of psionics.
The trigger word for a lot of D&D players.
Yeah. Well, for someone like Josh, who was that prime age of playing Dungeons and Dragons, he came in at 2nd edition for the Dark Sun.
Yes.
And that's his fond memories, you know? So like when he talks about it very fondly. Other people that are a little older that play the game tend to have a little bit different view.
Well, me, I am against Psionics. I didn't play with Psionics. I didn't like it. I didn't think it. I was against Psionics when I played. But you're kind of new to the realm of D&D. Like, what's been your experience? Like, just learning about Psionics.
So this is very new to me.
Yes.
Like, I really don't know much about it. My only experience with Psionics are like mind flayers.
Yeah.
So, I've had characters that spoke deep speech, so I was able to communicate with one before, but I never had the power myself to be able to do something. It's very intriguing to me. It has definitely inspired me to go, and I've been watching like marathon of X-Files again, which I have a small, we'll call it a very small obsession. No,
this big.
It's a huge obsession.
It's like this big.
I love X-Files, and you would think that I would be way more into this, but there's a lot of big words.
There's a lot,
and I think that's what kind of turns me off, because I'm like, I can't remember that stuff.
There's
I have so much room in here, and like that is a lot to feel like I'm gonna remember. You know what I mean? What it does remind me a lot of is BioShock. A lot.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with BioShock, and so it does have a lot of those same like abilities,
very familiar sounding words and things like that,
and abilities that go with those words. So yes, I have a little bit, but not in the D&D aspect. The most like crazy thing I've played is the Artificer, and I've only done it once, which I had a blast with. So I can only assume this. Now, you told me if I played a wizard that I would probably understand this a little more.
Yes.
But I've never played a wizard, so that I can't argue that. And Ben agreed, so I really can't argue with that.
Well, let's first off, for those of us who don't even know what psionics are or is, let's talk about a little bit about what psionics is. So, unlike magic, psionics is the easiest way to really kind of understand it is everyone is aware that we don't use the full capabilities of our mind. The idea of psionics is, what if you could use the vast capacity of your brain? Like, if you could use 80% of your mind. We only use like, what, 8%?
Right.
It's less than 10.
And that, when you explain that, like, that definitely to me was like, okay, yeah. Because like that is one of my big discussions with Josh that we have, that I love engaging in, is like, what would happen if we could use a different part of our mind? And that would definitely be this. And, you know, like, I don't know, this is a very odd thing to me, I think, to be in the world of Dungeons and Dragons.
It is. It's actually, psionics actually has a historical impact around, I think it's in the 60s and 70s. Back when like we were like trying to discover Jedis and all of these crazy things and unlocking the potentials of a brain and
we had a lot of acid usage that was happening, so people were always trying to unlock that sort of part of your mind, the opening of your third eye, you know, which they say would give you abilities to do certain things,
like move objects or read thoughts or like, you know, mind melding into people or
right, like being able to do things that maybe if you could get that part of your brain functioning, that it would again on X-Files. I mean, I could go into episodes of X-Files, like remember the kid with the glasses, you know what I mean? Like,
so all of this, like, psionics in of itself is very like science-based fantasy. It's very scientific fantasy.
Yes.
And this is actually one of the key reasons that a lot of D&D people are against psionics for, is when you look at magic and like the weave and all of the understanding around magic, like it's fantasy based and it makes sense to a lot of us and it's something that we all accept. Once you kind of add in the idea of psionics and like the mental fortitude and stuff, and it's more science based and it's less like fantasy, like bows and arrows,
Mm-hmm.
it gets a little bit. It just doesn't fit the settings for a lot of people. Now, you said that Josh played in 2nd edition. He was a Scion and he played Dark Sun.
Yes, he played the Dark Sun, and he told me that he played a halfling soul knife.
I think it's a soul knife. It's soul something.
I believe it's soul knife. The rogue.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, if I can see this being used in any sort of world, like, I've never played Dark Sun, so I can't tell you much about Dark Sun.
It's actually, Dark Sun is the perfect campaign setting for
It is,
Psionics.
from what I've been told. It is,
Yeah.
like, the perfect... Another really good setting, I would say, would be, like, somewhere if you took it to Eberron.
Actually, again, Eberron has a sense where Psionics kind of fits into the mold.
Mm-hmm.
But when you kind of go to, like, the Forgotten Realms and stuff, now, like, you mentioned, like, Mind Flayers and these Aboleths and these Illithids, like, that's their inherent kind of, like, power as Psionics.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with it is that they fit into the realm because they're, like, an alien entity from a different part of the universe.
So from what I understood, now I've read, this is me reading R.A. Salvatore's version of what a Mind Flayer, how the Mind Flayers work.
Yes.
In this is that you run into a Mind Flayer when Driss is leaving out on exile, out of the Underdark, out of Menzoberranzan, and they pretty much get a hold of him, and they bring him, and his job is to, like, massage this, like, weird pod thing, right? And there's, like, other people doing it. And this pod thing is, like,
Massaging
pretty...
pods.
Well, it's, like, this big, like... The way they describe it is, like, this big, round, like, blob. You know what I mean? That's,
Okay.
like... And then, they...
Like a boil.
Like, almost like a... That's the pups. That's dogs. But they're like, it's like, think of like a brain, you know what I mean? Like a moving brain, and they're massaging it, you know? And this thing is literally connecting everything and, like, keeping control of this huge mind of enslaved different creatures.
Now, do they say elder brain in the book?
I believe so.
So the elder brain is it's an advanced illithid. So Mind Flayers and illithids are all they're all connected.
Yes.
Like they're a neural network of thought.
Okay.
And so the elder brain.
And that's kind of how I understood it too when I was reading it, because of the way that they were able to when he does somehow overcome and kill it. I won't ruin the story, but the way he overcomes this, because obviously Driss goes on many a book, so we know he lived out.
Oh, the moosh has escaped.
Oh, he's a
good boy.
Moosh. He's a little
good boy.
You're a shithead, Moosh. God, make it Uncle Ben.
Oh, this is the best.
Oh my God.
Good puppy. Sorry. Back to killing the thing.
Yeah, so he, like, kills it, which then, like, everything is, like, wakes up, and the Mind Flayers for a moment, like a temporary moment, don't have control of what's going on, because it's almost like this, like, weird thing happening, like, a hiccup in, like, what...
They're basically all living in the Matrix, and the Matrix, like, turns off, and they're like, wait, where am I?
Yeah.
What's happening?
So that's the extent of it. So, like, how does that implement into a character now that possesses something like this?
Precisely.
Now, and what I do understand from it, now you can go into depth about this, but to put it in layman's terms,
yes.
I guess, psionics is internal, whereas a wizard or a warlock or anything that uses magic from that pools energy uses it from outside sources.
Yes.
So psionics is all you and your own brain power.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the easy turn. Now let's hear the nerd terms. Let's go. Get into the depth of it, because now I'm going to be like, I don't know.
So, we've established that psionics and magic are two separate things.
Yes, they are.
Magic, like you said, pulls from kind of like the world around you. So
Right.
there's the spell weave or the magic weave.
See,
And
that
this is-
I understand.
yeah,
I'm very spiritual in
it's
real
all
life.
throughout the universe. It's a part of the thing, etc., etc. And
We are all
we use
connected. We are
that
all one,
to
yo.
cast our things, whether
Yes.
it's divine, arcane, or any of the like.
Right.
Psionics is different in the concept that unlocking your mind grants you powers outside of it's okay. Granting powers outside of reality, much like how magic works, except you as the user use your own mental fortitude to cause these effects. So and again, this is kind of like the confusing turnoff for a lot of people, is when you run into situations like anti-magic fields. That's something that you'll run into in D&D. Psionic abilities, because it's not magic, that's like unaffected by anti-magic, and then there's all these special rules of like understanding like how you're like basically assaulting them with your brain and like manifesting things into reality through your own cognitive like reasoning. So it's very awkward. However, in certain settings like Dark Sun, Psionics was written into the campaign setting. In Eberron, because you can go into space and there's elliptids, like those kinds of implements are kind of like welcome in those settings.
Now, do you know much about the Black Sun setting? Like, can
Our
Dark Sun setting? I mean, can you explain?
I didn't play into the Dark Sun setting. It was
I mean, it sounds cool and the artwork looks super cool, but I'll be honest, I didn't really look into it. And Josh was very excited to talk about it, but not like was very vague about the details of it.
Dark Sun is similar to Eberron in like it's a dark setting. It's very barbaric. There's like a Mad Max feel to it. There's it's just different. It's a very gritty, nasty kind of a world. Oh, I also forgot one other really important thing about Psionics is they have psionic crystals. That was the other.
Oh, like shards.
Yeah, they have these like mental stones that they use to kind of like store their thoughts, and it amplifies their psychic ability. Some stuff. That's
so like they can store things in there.
Kinda. They have it's silly. It's something that they had in like 3.5.
In 3.5, it's a feat that they take. Because we just had our psionic take it.
Okay. Is it like you can manifest it with legs and it moves around? It's some strange stuff.
It's a floating crystal in and of itself.
And like at some points you can like store power points
into it. They take half of your damage. Like you can share pain with it. And
there's stuff that you can. There's weird stuff with it.
Interesting.
Well, with that,
dude, Cindy, you have no idea. So in 3.5, you can share pain. It's an ability, or like shield others. The spell. What happens is like you get hit for 40 damage. Well, psionic will be like, okay, well, I spend 4 power points. I soak 16 of it, so I take 34 damage. Well, I take 17. My Psi Crystal takes 17, but my Psi Crystal's got a hardness of 10, so it takes 7 damage, and I take 17. Like, or whatever it is. Like, it's insane.
There's a lot.
So this is very cheeseball-y, but cool at the same time.
Yeah. Now, all of this is important to us because they're coming out with Unearthed Arcana that has psionic stuff to it.
Yes, I brought information with me.
I see this. Now, looking at Unearthed Arcana, see a very strong differentiation or approach into psionics.
Okay.
So, psionics has always been like it's not actually magic, and there's been a new set of rules that go around that. what looks like to be happening in 5th edition is they're not making a huge differentiation between like it's magic, it's not magic. It doesn't have any special rules. Like it's just some new class features and some new flavor. So with that, like I'm accepting Psionics into 5th edition primarily based on the fact that they're not like adding a new rule book with a whole new system that you need to understand. Like it's very it's stuff we've already seen, and it's something that we already know. There's nothing new.
So are they going to keep it like the Eldritch Wizardry, like the old 1st edition, you think, where they're just going to be like, here's just a little side index to it, like here's that? Or do you think they're going to actually play test this, fix whatever people are saying, and then release it into like, I mean, how do you think this is ever going to be available into like something like AL?
Speculative opinion. What do you think it's going to come out in? What book? What are they working on?
It's probably going to be Dark Sun, and then because everyone's going to be rolling out for the next 2 years.
I think it's going to be Spelljammer.
You think it's going to be Spelljammer?
I think it's going to be Spelljammer because
really hope so, because everyone's begging for it. I mean, when I was at the D&D live 2019 live thing that I went to, they were like, at the very end, she was like, we're not doing Spelljammer, but Ebenron is coming next. So that's what leads me to believe that Spelljammer is within the mix, but that's interesting that you think that they're going to be using the psionics within the Spelljammer.
I think so, primarily because psionics inherently is with Illithids. It's in space. It's aliens. It's unlocking the mental capacities of the mind. It's got gifts. And so that's
so bad.
That's my thoughts, at least, is where we might see psionics in an official release, or they're just going to come up and be like, here's all of the Unearthed Arcana in a new book. Ta-da!
Now, is psionics going to be for everybody and anybody, or is it going to be for only certain races, you think?
Like a particular campaign?
Yeah.
Or like race?
Like if they're only going to be for, like, if I am in Spelljammer and I decide to be a gift, would I be able to then...
So that's a cool thing. Psionics, psionics happen for every race.
All right.
There's no...
Now, before, you used to have to roll for it to see if you even got it, and if you got it, how powerful you are. So how does it work now?
2nd edition.
What?
I think except dwarves.
No, even dwarfs. Even like, it was under the Dark Dwarves.
The Durgar?
Yeah, Durgar were... Actually, it was Durgar and... There were some other Underdark ones. Snurfneblins.
I love Snurfneblins.
They were the most common scions.
They're one of my favorites. They're so fucking cute.
But okay, so you're right. So in
awesome.
2nd edition, this was the system to become a psionic. Your base roll, you had to roll 100%. You had to roll percentile dice. It had to be a 100% for you to choose the psionic option. Now, that number gets augmented based on your intelligence, charisma, and wisdom. So if your base stat is higher than 16, for every point above 16, you reduce it by 1%. Basically, in short, the system was very clunky. There was a lot more complications, and it didn't seem to actually add anything new to the game.
I was told that if the DM was running a specific game, you had to roll whether you wanted it or not. And so if you got it, you couldn't have the option to not have it. You were told you got it.
In 2nd edition,
that's what I've been told.
In 2nd edition, classes were race dependent.
They broke free.
Yeah.
Moosh, you can't contain Moosh.
No.
Did he jump?
No, he just slipped through the crack.
Keep on slamming
Come here,
the
Mooshy.
gate and then just knocking it out just enough for
Come here.
Good boy. And look at Ahsoka. Now Ahsoka's all alone.
No.
Mushi, say hi to everybody. Tell everybody, I'm a big jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. Yeah, this is what happens. All right, here you go. Here you go, Ben. I got him for you. He's all slobbery because of Ahsoka chewing on him.
So, did Ahsoka get out too?
Yeah.
Good dog.
Oh,
just let him go. We're just gonna accept it.
We love the
They're
pups.
not controlled around the cameras.
They're out of control. Ahsoka's out of control. She's
Out
out
of
of control.
Come here.
Ahsoka, come here. Oh, no, don't come here. I'm gonna get you in trouble. I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Let's see. So also following Psionics, yes, in previous editions, Psionics added levels of complications, and if your DM didn't buy the book and understand it completely, it made a lot of things difficult.
Yes.
One of the things is, as each edition was put out, they released Psionics, and they tried to change it, but still make it fit. But it always messed with, like, the storyline and the settings, and none of it really made sense for a lot of people. So
what exactly did you enjoy about the psionic aspect of it? Like, what are you most excited about? Because I'm interested on playing the soul knife. I'm not gonna lie.
So
that looks really interesting to
within
me
what I've seen
as like
for,
a rogue.
With what I've seen for in the Unearthed Arcana, with how they're implementing it in the 5th edition, I like it because it appears as though it's not a new set of rules. You're not adding crazy things.
They're making it fit within the rules and
yeah.
the structure of what the Forgotten Realms are.
All of the things that are in there, we've seen in one way or another. There's no additional dice we're doing. There's no crazy setups, and it all kind of makes sense. And because they're not forcing the thematic differences between, like it's not magic. It's my mental powers of power mental stuff. Like I actually like the fighter, the psionic warrior.
Yeah. That's the one that
Psychic warrior. It's just a new martial archetype for a fighter. It comes with some really fun and unique abilities. It makes me feel like a super powerful character, but again, when you compare classes and archetypes and everything about them, nearly every class and archetype in one way or another is just super powerful.
Now, before, when you were, what I didn't understand is that if you were a psionic character, it was added on to the class that you were already doing, correct?
Sort of.
So, like, how does that dynamic work? Like, is the way that they're doing it now is that it looks like it's
like playing a it's like I'm a rogue, and then when you get to your roguish archetype third level, you know how you can just choose assassin, thief, whatever. Now you can also choose soul knife or the returned or whatever. It's nothing crazy. You're still the same base class. You get some different features.
Well, how did it work beforehand? Was it the same way, like the way that the...
No, in previous editions, the way that it works is when you choose to become a scion. You
got chosen to be a scion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you got chosen, that's what, like...
When you became a scion, what would happen is, as you gained psionic levels, it allowed you to unlock other psionic classes. So that's where you saw like Soul Knife and all the other things.
Yeah,
so you always started as a scion, and then you were like, I gained more power points, and I unlocked the magics of my mind with my plus 12 to intellect. I can see it all. So, real quick, like, just slight rants. Like, I've seen characters who have like 32 intellect, and it's like, okay, here's a puzzle to solve, like, within the game, and it's like a simple, logic puzzle, and you're trying to have all the players figure it out, and then here's a character who's like, well, my intellect's 32, do I just know how to do it? And I'm like, I guess. Like, how do you even roleplay a character?
First edition,
I would have you
the
roll
DM rolls a
damage.
percentile dice on how many power points you have.
And then second edition, you had to roll to see if you even got it. Like, if it was even available. Okay. Third edition, you got to choose. It was a class that you could choose.
My lips are dry.
4th edition,
Which I don't like. I think that Psionics is something like a Jedi, where I mean,
it chooses.
It
you.
really is. To me, it's Star Wars meets Dungeons and Dragons.
So in a lot of senses, a lot of people will argue that psionics were overpowered. I find this to be false. When you compare the psionic abilities to all the abilities of everything else, psionics it fits within the power levels. One thing that D&D has always struggled with is power levels, and psionics wasn't like OP. I mean, you still ran into other builds where like a scion was dust in comparison to like a wizard build. So like when it comes to that, none of that was really like there. It just runs into the biggest complaint again is the scientific aspect of it. You would expect a scion to like be able to build a modern day weapon, just because of like the high intellect.
I don't see that. I would see an artificer doing something like that, but
Unlocking the potentials in your mind, in the fantasy setting, it just
this
doesn't
reminds
fit.
The
'Cause
psionics
we're using
is more
crossbows
like.
and
I feel like this is more of like Rain Man style, where like like they're gonna be unlocking like.
Scions have the capability to manifest items out of thin air, and it's not magic. They just think it into existence. Similar to like a beholder, how they populate. They just think of themselves, and poof, there's another beholder. Scions can just here's an item of my own intellect.
What
right in
is
front of
that?
right in my hands. What is the beholder thing?
No, that like how does
like in 3.5 we have a psionic who can rewrite our memories. So like if we need to have a day where we're just crafting stuff, he's like, okay, you're rewritten, so you can choose your skill points and everything.
This sounds so cyberpunky to me. Like this is such a weird fit for Dungeons and Dragons. That's very cyberpunk to me. You know what I mean? Like that's some futuristic futuristic shit.
So there are comments from like Gary Gygax.
Well, that's like putting Jurassic.
There's the Terminator and Jurassic.
Go on. Yeah.
So, like, there are comments from Gary Gygax. Gary Gygax wasn't even really interested in the idea of psionics being added into D&D.
He wasn't?
No. But I mean, it's fantasy. It's themed. Some people love it, and I mean, there are campaign settings that fit it. It's not overpowered. It doesn't break the game, but it has to be something that is integrated into like your campaign from the start. Like you can't just walk in as a scion in a normal setting and then like expect everything to stay the same. So, but what appears to be how they're adding it in 5th edition, they're just breaking through the barrier over and over. In 5th edition, I'm enjoying the fact that they're not making a big fuss. Like it's super different. It acts and works just like magic, just as it always has, and it doesn't appear like they're going to come out with an extra handbook for people to learn. So, could you imagine like standard settings in Forgotten Realms, and then someone walks in as a changeling, and how that just impacts the whole world around it, like. If you were to do Storm Thing's Thunder, and you're a changeling now.
Well, and that's the thing is that's one of my biggest examples is that if you came into Eberron as a changeling with some sort of psionic power, like dude, like the mind, especially like a soul knife, like. The mind fucking that you can do to people, that would be dangerous. But it's like perfectly built for each other. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
It's a tough move.
It is.
One thing that's really kind of fun is
that's why I don't know how they're gonna put that in AL. Like I don't know.
I think it'll be fine. To be completely honest, it's like the psionic classes in 5th edition are none different than any of the classes that we have right now.
We should play a full party of psionics, a different type of psionics that go on an adventure.
I'm totally down.
And
Again,
to see like what would happen.
Comparing it, because again, you don't have all of the crazy
that would be fun. Like, you know how everybody
before.
does like how there's like the bard groups, you know, and everybody's a bard or something like that. Like, what if we were like all psionics of different types, and we're just like,
we are a troop. Oh God, no! We have to be.
We're in a band.
We have to be like. Oh, what is it? We have to be a part of like a spelling competition. Like, that's our whole thing. Like, we travel and we challenge you to spellings.
We go around to casinos to go count cards.
It's just like the numbers thing.
It's like,
and we're just betting, gambling.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be crazy. And then you do that in Everron, and we're all changelings. Like, we're just like a whole like little group of changelings as different sides.
So one of my favorite like all class builds is barbarian. I love having a full table of all barbarians that just do barbarian things. Oh. The game is simple, it's straightforward, and it's one of my favorite games. It'd
be like smash, smash, smash.
He smash, you smash, we smash. You know?
It's like the guys that are making the dough, where one of them like hits it while the other one smashes it.
Oh yeah,
that's too.
It's great. I mean, for me, the things about it that I love the most is if you give that party a challenge like cross a river, but there's no bridge. Like, there's no shenanigans. No one's doing anything crazy. They're like, well, we swim. Done. It's very.
So now I'm interested to see how a whole psionic party is gonna do.
They would just I use my psychic abilities to walk across my telepathic bridge.
I just imagine like the entire like Jedi council like walking, and everyone's just doing something different as they're walking through like a fucking huge thing. Like, that's exactly that. Look at I wish the camera could show the shitty grin on Ben's face right now. He's like, yes, this is exactly what I want to talk about.
But yeah, so in 5th edition, I think Psionics is going to be, I think it's welcome. It's not going to be too crazy. It's not game breaking. If they put out supplements where like, here's a whole new list of rules for Psionics, I'm going to cut it out. That sucks. I don't want to have to learn a whole new book. Keep it the way it looks right now, and I'm okay with it.
I mean, I think it'd be cool to be like, if this does come out with something, I don't know how they would release it, honestly. Like, it would have to be some sort of like Xanathar's type of style book.
I'd be totally fine with that.
Or it's like a supplement where it has like all this extra stuff.
So long as they don't release the complete Psionics handbook for 5th edition.
Here's my opinion: is I want them to, because I want there to be more than 12 classes.
Okay, that's
but these
fair.
are archetypes. So
yeah,
I know. No,
I
Ben
don't
and
like
I
it as an archetype.
Ben and I were kind of talking about this.
Well, and that's how. Okay, so there we go. Back to what I was saying before. Then, if it's not an archetype, how would you make it function then on top of a class, or is it its own class altogether? Like, is it like you're psionic and that's it, and then here's different archetypes of psionic?
It'd be a psionic.
Okay.
Third level, you choose your archetype of psionic. Because for like rogue, there's different types of rogues. There's your arcane tricksters where they require intelligence, and then the assassin who doesn't except for investigation. Like, there's no reason for a rogue other than an arcane trickster to have intelligence except for it's an investigation role.
So then so then you would be like a first level psionic, and you would get like certain things, and then at third, what are you eating?
You would start the game mastering the mental capacities
of the rock?
life.
Mushi.
Mushi looks so bad. Does he eat rock? Bad moosh moosh.
Mushi.
Bad moosh moosh.
Further proving why we gotta chop those things off.
Quit hesitating.
I heard they don't chop them off anymore. I heard they just snip it. Like a little vein.
Oh, like they leave it?
And they leave it there, yeah. That's what I've heard. At least that's what I've seen from some people. Some places do that. Where it's like, inhumane to just completely cut them
They're
off.
like, our garbage cans got full of
If we
dog
could-
balls. No, you take them. You take
If
them home with you, it's
the
fine.
if the human being doesn't cut theirs off completely and we could do all this stuff, why can't we do it for a dog? Keep their
I
dignity.
just had the dumbest thought, and I'm not going to talk about it.
Let's not.
Following that, more about psionics. Those of you guys who may be watching, if you have a comment or an opinion, maybe you love psionics, maybe you hate it, maybe you have some worries, throw it in the chat. Maybe we'll be able to read it and discuss that as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to start a discussion on Facebook or something, that would definitely be up our alley. I mean, what are we going to do the rest of the day when you're taking care of a baby and stuff, you know what I mean? Might as well answer some stuff on Facebook.
That's true. She's very hands-on.
She'll probably help answer some questions.
So he'll be like, this is my feeling on blah, blah, blah. And then he'll be like, goo, gaga. Post. And that's how
No, you just got to put videos up of her. She'll be like, this is...
She's going to be like, ah. I'm like, ah.
Sylvie's thoughts is what you name each
DM
post.
Danny wants to know what your thoughts are on the Psionic Wizard.
I'm into it. 5th edition, primarily. I'm into it. I like... You have it here.
Yeah, open that up. Danny says, how would you balance a Mind Thrust and Mind Silver combo every round, especially on a Diviner? See? This is where we're starting to get into things where I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't play Wizard.
Just full of all of the... Here we go.
Well, isn't the Psionic going to be its own school? Or is it just on top of... If it's on top of a wizard, that's broken off the top.
No,
of it.
So what it is it's literally just another, like...
No. So they added a couple... They added
Okay.
spells, and these are just added things that are like... There's... So he said Mind Thrust and
Subclass.
Mind what?
Thank you. It's a subclass.
Balance a
with
Mind
the-
Thrust and a Mind Sliver combo every round. Well, one of them is... I mean, Mind Thrust is a 2nd level spell, so you're gonna run out of it over time. That's just gonna happen.
Unless it's your favorite class and you can always upcast it. And a wizard on a short rest gets 5 spell slots.
So, okay. So,
and
Mind
then-
Sliver, standard cantrip, it's gonna deal psychic damage, and it's gonna reduce the saving throw of your target. Fantastic. I love that spell. Keep it. Mind Thrust. You propel a land... Oh, first off, bonus action, 60 feet. Dope. Mind Thrust. You propel a lance of psychic disruption into the mind of one creature you can see within range. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 3d6 psychic damage, and it can use its action only to dash or disengage on its next turn. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage, and the spell doesn't limit the action options. At higher levels, when you upcast it to 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot above 2nd. The creature must be within 30 feet of each other when you target them. So, upcasting it doesn't increase the damage, so you're going to be stuck at 3d6. Even though, like, it does cause you, like, it causes a lot of disruption, like, in the creatures that you're fighting, because they can only dash or disengage. Like, it doesn't, again, like, it doesn't jump out at me as anything super crazy or scary. The intelligence saving throw, like, and maybe I'll make it. Like, it's really, there's a lot of RNG, even with, like, Mind Sliver. Granted, saving throws are probably the best and easiest way to deal damage to, so long as it's not a dex saving throw.
He wrote, do you think wizards should be able to reduce saves?
Yeah. Well, in this regard, yeah. I think it's fine. Because, I mean, bards can reduce saves. Is that the only one? Bards can do it. Can clerics do it? I think trickster clerics can do it? I don't know
I
if
don't
they can.
know.
No, it's not trickster. There is one other class that can...
There's something
I
that
mean, you can cast Bane on them.
Yeah. Is it powerful? Yes. I think it's powerful. Do I think it's game breaking? No. I mean, there's a bunch of these like
Wizards can already do it. Synaptic, shock or static or something. They already minus D6 to their attack rolls and saving throws.
There we go. So I mean, like every class. I mean, again, like even if you were to compare this to like Vicious Mockery, which is a cantrip that causes them to attack with disadvantage.
Yeah,
or
but
if you,
it sounds way more cheesebally than that. Just saying.
that's fair.
It sounds.
It's not to me. Again,
Static only affects concentration saves, says Danny. DM Danny M.
in any case, I don't think it's OP. It's going to be stuck at 3d6 damage. It's still a saving throw.
It's attack rolls, ability checks, and Constitution saving throws for Synaptic Static for clarification.
So it's all 3. Plus, I mean, like a diviner wizard gets to tell you the rolls with the premeditation dice or whatever it's called. He knows all about it. So again, like
Bards can't cut saving throws. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Like
bards, cutting words. They can reduce the damage.
yeah, but not a savings throw. They can only reduce damage.
Is it only damage? I thought it was. I thought it might be more. It might be less. I might be wrong. But in any case, like I don't see it as like OP. I think it's a strong combo. I mean, comparing it to a lot of the other things that I've seen in the game, like it doesn't freak me out.
Danny.
What?
He's the only 3 classes can impose disadvantage. He's all, you are wrong. With the robot wink face.
So, but I mean, even still, like, it's not even that crazy.
It's not even that crazy.
It's not even that crazy.
I'm telling you. Well, I don't know.
It is. I do. Okay, so the one thing about Mind Thrust that I'm like, okay, that's a bit much, is that even if I make the save, I still take half damage, and it's a bonus action. But I mean that's still not too crazy.
It's attack roll, ability checks, and damage rolls for cutting first.
Oh, ability checks. Dang. Who knows?
Yeesh.
Who knows?
Well, I don't know. I think I should probably try a wizard and just to try first before I even try to go into this, because I will probably embarrass the shit out of myself at a table if I try even.
Nah, you do fine, dude. You do so fine. So fine.
No.
And Psychic Warrior is the one that I like the most, anyways. Augmented defenses.
I like the rogue because that's sneaky as shit, and you can. I mean, it sounds like the goth kid who sits behind the trash can, who's like secretly can bend spoons with their mind, and then like is planning the person that they want to get rid of. You know.
So, but yeah, no, I
sounds
think,
like me when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's my take on it. Like, it doesn't. I don't think it's game breaking. I think it's a good way to deal damage. I think at higher tier levels, like that's a really strong combo. But I think there are other combos that are equal to, if not stronger, than the Sliver Mind Thrust. So
I don't know.
I mean, diviners used properly are very overpowered compared to any other class right now.
it's
Like,
true.
being able to be like, oh, that guy rolls a 2 and that guy rolls a natural 20 to hit him. Like, oh, I hold monster, you auto crit. Like, it's a pretty deadly combo.
So, but I mean, to me, again, like I love the fact that it doesn't appear like they're adding in an additional rule book and trying to make psionics a big scary thing. I like the flavor, and you know, I like I like the idea that players can choose psionics and they don't have that kind of a there doesn't seem to like impose a battle with the DM, you know? Like I don't have to get a book, I don't have to do this or do that. Like it's very normal. Like it's normal. It imposes this, it does kind of that, but it's not like outside and this whole new thing, and it's not trying to be a special snowflake. So that I like. What, do you think it's trying to be a special snowflake? Like the Rune Knight, which is OPAF?
I don't know. I think that the psionics, if comboed up properly, could be devastating. So I don't know. I guess anything comboed up could be devastating properly. So,
but it's not like old edition devastating. That's my take on it.
Yeah.
So
it does seem like they mellowed it out, but it's still it still seems like it's supposed to be kept in certain places though, that it shouldn't go to others. Like I was reading something that they compared like on Curse of Strahd that there's some sort of like level of psionics going on there. But to me, I never saw that as like scientific or like psionic wise, like telekinesis of any sort. I felt like that was more of on a spiritual level. You know what I mean? To me, that's kind of like it's like a ghost speaking in your mind, you know, like not someone like, ooh, and they're like
manifesting things through pure thought. Yeah. No,
right.
I mean, psionics inherently is a part of D&D because there's a lot of psionic type things that happen. However, psionics.
See, and I felt like it was the ones that do have these psionic powers is because it's part of like their race, like it's part of like what they're born as. Yeah. You know what I mean? And only they have them because of that.
Mind flares,
right?
And like these alien creatures from distant places on the cosmos. Yeah.
I mean, the only way that I could feel comfortable with it is like. Because like I said, like if we played like a whole party of psionics, that is like hella fantasy. But like if you're gonna like be realistic, it's like you would maybe have a party that would have a player that's psionic in there. That would be the most realistic way of playing the game. And because I think that more than one psionic player in the group would be hella dominating. I feel like it's very dominating.
Even one in a party is really dominating.
See, Mikey's saying it's not.
I had a friend who rolled 100% and 100%, so he had 100 power points, like in original first edition, and he would just like walk in and mind blast something, and they couldn't make their save, and they just drop, like because he was so powerful.
See what I mean?
Those are older editions. Those are old editions. Okay, I'm saying in 5th edition,
like more balanced now.
Yeah, I think that it has like it's more easily accepted, and again, so long as there's not a whole rule book with it, I think psionics might have an okay spot in 5th edition. In
I'm
3rd
willing
and
to try it. Else. Now, I would like if you guys help me build a wizard, maybe help me build a wizard, and I will put her or him. Let's make it a male. Let's make it a male character. I want to play a male wizard who literally has no idea what they're doing and like is literally learning on what it's like to be a wizard.
That's so non-psionic.
No, but I don't want to do a psionic wizard. Let's do a regular wizard.
You just want to do an apprentice wizard.
Well, if you can just teach me how to play a wizard, then maybe being able to then build a wizard would then be easy for me to go in here and look at this Unearthed Arcana and even fathom building it. Because, like, the Ranger made sense to me, the Swarm Keeper, that made sense. Like, that I was like, okay, you know, like, that's not overwhelming for me. But, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm dumb or anything, but it's like, it is a lot. Like I don't play clerics because it's a lot of support. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of spells. And I'm one of those that get stuck in reading things while I'm at the table playing because I'm trying to be like, what am I going to do next? I'm really bad at that.
Being a wizard is going to be like hell for you. And I'm so ready for
Oh
it.
my god! See,
It's gonna be
and then
great.
maybe what if maybe like Maloom dies? Maybe I can just I won't resurrect her. I'll come and bring in some crazy retarded wizard into the...
Well, speaking of Danny, tonight is Demons and Devils.
Play a gift
With Danny.
today. Look at Danny. Why wait to play Psionics? Play a gift today.
Here's what we got to do. All right. So tonight, if you're
I love the advertisement.
tonight, if you guys are going to be playing, not playing, if you're going to be around to watch,
please don't kill Maloom, Danny. That's all I'm asking. Like, just because I said that does not mean to open the door to come in hardcore, because I really do love her, and Coda's amazing. Please don't.
We're actually going to take a brief moment to talk about Demons and Devils with Danny. You've been playing it for a while.
Yes.
It's been going great.
I'm is it Murloc? No, Morlock, right? Is his name? The guy that we ran into last week? Oh, I want to say Morlock was his name. The big dude with like the burnt face. Maloom's got a crush on that guy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the burn? Is it in the shape of a famous person she knows?
I was close. Mortlock.
Mortlock.
Yeah, she's got a little thing. I think she feels safe around him.
That's dangerous.
I know. I like that. I think I kind of like it.
But it is tonight. It is every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It runs until 10.
Yeah.
It runs until 10.
Wait, 10? No, 9, right?
10.
10?
10.
Oh, shit.
What do you... That's been running till 10 like every night.
I don't know why I thought 9. Maybe because I have so much fun that 10 o'clock does not seem like that's the time that it ends.
That's fair. So those of you guys that are watching,
Don't know.
this evening, 7 o'clock.
Yes, 7 o'clock.
You can
And
watch.
sometimes a little later. You come in. It's like going to the movies. You gotta come in.
Watch
you gotta,
the previews. Wait, no, that's too much.
It's kind of like watching preview, but you gotta get your popcorn,
Yep.
get it rolling, get it started, and
Maybe
then
let the
normally
kids
come.
play a quick game of whatever. Do you play any of the arcade games? I only go to movie theaters to play the arcade games.
Oh my god, you annoy me. My son does the same thing. I'm like, get over here. What is that? Those games waste your money.
You know what the best game is? You know the big donation thing? It's like this thing, and you put the coin in, and it just spins around. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, every child loves that.
That's the best
Of
video
course
game
you love
ever.
it.
I always catch the coin before it hits the bottom, so I do it again.
No,
Why?
but I'm really excited about tonight because we're about to finish the chapter. At least that's where it's leading into. I'd love to finish the chapter, but I like the fact that that Maloom is a little kind of like, she's kind of taken by Mortlock. She feels his story for the parental problems.
Yes.
Because she's got major mommy and daddy issues, but he obviously has the same mommy and daddy issues, and like they're vibing, and I want to see how this comes out. I am really upset with C1 because Calvin's kind of a dick, just running into the room.
It's fine.
He just ran into the room.
We just need more TPKs, dude.
Oh, dude, he almost did it. He almost TPK'd the whole fucking party, all because Calvin just had to go in there. If you want to know what we're talking about, make sure you tune in tonight again.
And watch for another
Tuesday
TPK.
For 7.
Donate, subscribe, thumbs up for a TPK.
Don't inspire him. Don't do it.
Donate. If we get a new camera, we'll TPK the party.
10,000 bits.
10,000 bits. And you can watch everyone die.
I love her though. Coda, I think I like Coda more than her though. I think everyone likes Coda more than her. I think she knows it too.
What if you reincarnate as Coda and then your like horns are Maloom or something like that?
Oh my god.
That would be cool.
I'm a male tiefling then at that point. Because I'm just a tail. a tall tale of what not to do.
You just walk around like I'm smooth everywhere. Everywhere is smooth. Except for my horns. Very horny. But all smooth. Wait, would you have a tail, Dakota?
No, he was saying that I should name the horns Malou. My horns Malou. And myself Dakota at that point.
Myself.
You know, reincarnation and all.
Yeah. Because that's totally normal.
It is. Wow.
I'm just kidding. You're fine.
But yeah, no, if you guys are just tuning in, please make sure that you guys follow, subscribe on Facebook, Twitter. We are on everything. We are on Instagram.
Yes.
We are here on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, please show us your support so that our channel can continue to improve and then we can get more information out there to you guys.
Yeah. Like how psionics are totally okay.
Yeah.
If you're a butthole.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
Moving forward. So we have a guest next week.
We do. Someone that if you watched our crit lists, which is up on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch the most cringeworthy show.
That was a tough day. That
was such a good day.
That was a tough day. But Kristen was on there. She was a little stoned.
Everyone was a little stoned. I was couched. You know.
But she played a ASMR. An ASMR.
Yes.
And she is a professional makeup artist and hairstylist. Mm-hmm. And she does models and photo shoots, and she's going to do a look, and we're going to interview her about how to achieve that look. And I think that'd be really fun on how to bring cosplay, like simple cosplay, to the role-playing table.
I really love this topic of like bringing cosplay to, even if it's small stuff, a little bit of makeup or some horns, really just kind of like getting into the theme. I love it. I really cherish when I get to play games and people dress up as part of their character. I think it adds a lot.
Me too. My favorite time ever playing Esperanza was I was dressed up as her. Again, it was at
the Ren Fair, wasn't it?
No. Well, I didn't play that.
Because I know you guys got married.
Yeah, we did get married in AL.
Danny was Danny the aficionado, or was it Lee?
Lee was. Danny was the witness.
There we go.
That's what it was.
Good times.
But yes, when I went to the D&D Ascent to Avernus, I can't say it. D&D 2019 Live.
Yes.
I that week with Danny, actually, he and I were in the same epic table and game together, and I came in as Esperanza without my Umberto. And, you know, she never misses a beat to entertain and create a fan base. And I came in dressed up with my wig and the ears, and I had my little outfit on. And I honestly, I felt like I was Esperanza. And I really, embodied that feeling. It felt nice. It felt like the rest of the table. No pause, Hamlet. I wear nails like this, and so at the time my nails were actually, she has the Bluetooth cert where she finished, I forget which one was it where they got the Bluetooth.
DDAL0805, I don't know the name.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember, but she had it, which then creates a glowing blue, and my nails glowed in the dark at the time.
This is the one where you drink it and your bones turn blue?
And and everything, your teeth and your nails are supposed to glow. So as homage to her.
It's the first time they played with me.
Really?
It's the first time you guys all played with me.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Oh, memories.
Memory, alone in the moonlight.
Which I'm not excited to see the remake. But let's move on from that. But yes, that I don't have kitty paws, but I have claws. So that's the Bluetooth ale. Yeah, but do you remember, Danny, what module that was, like the name of the module that that was for that you got the Bluetooth ale. It was super fun.
I remember.
It was one of my favorites.
I'm trying to remember, like
that was at PAX, wasn't it? No.
As a DT specialist in use.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyways, that one. It was at ECCC. Oh,
that's what I was gonna say.
That's
like
what,
Emerald City or
It
something.
was ran at Emerald City.
But we played it before it was ran at Emerald City. We play tested it, didn't we?
Into
That's
the
what it
dark.
was. It was a play test at Zulu's. It was a play test. That's how I got it. Was through the play test. It was it?
You're a play
We
test.
legitimately played it. It was either 0806 or 0807.
Oh, it's called Into the Dark. Yes.
But I remember, like,
It was fun. And that was my homage to my Esperanza Tabaxis. How do I give her life with my hands? It was giving her claws, which I already have. So I guess I'm already tapped into my Tabaxi side a little bit.
don't you also like paint on a nose?
No. Josh just wanted me to paint a nose. Maybe that's what I'll have Kristen, like, maybe we'll do an Esperanza look. Maybe that's what we should do is Esperanza and have Kristen help me refine it. What's that?
Maybe you were playing Chip and Gales at Toulouse for that.
I think Durnan saves the ale.
Serves.
Oh, serves the ale.
All I remember from that module.
That's right. It was at New Year's Eve. That's when I got that one. Yes, Danny, yes. Remember? That's where I got the Bluetooth ales because we were playing it at the New Year's Eve event. Weekend. I remember that. No, you're right. For sure.
Was it
100.
also the Epic that you could have gotten into?
No, the Bluetooth ale.
I've played it twice. That's why it's a little confusing for me to remember, but it was New Year's that I remember getting it the first time. Because I was fucking tripping that everything glowed blue. I thought that was super cool.
If you beat the adventure, you earn a story reward for endless Bluetooth. Yeah, anytime you see Durham, he gives you a free Bluetooth ale.
And I did that on purpose because that was like my way of being like Esperanza's always like trying to show off. So she's always like, like
trips you out. Yeah, I remember you had to get like the stuff.
you had to get all the ingredients.
There was,
Because
like,
the
a
guy
bone-
was dead and you got the
You fought like a
ingredients.
bone golem, didn't you?
Yes. Bluetooth Ale 0807.
At the return the
There
yep,
we go.
the yawning portal.
You return. You discover the
It's a single
supply.
use, but they're
Did you put it up on the screen?
No.
Can you?
Yeah.
Here, we'll put it on the
there we
screen
go.
so you guys can see the cert.
Good times.
If you don't know already. If you do, then it's just to satisfy the need to be like, yes, that. But that was no pause. That was my homage to Esperanza, was to have the glowing nail, like claw nails that I always wear, to be the Bluetooth ale. It's so like oh my god, it's like such a deep explanation to get to that,
that's
but
when Mikey gave up within the first 5 minutes. When you get to an elevator shaft, what do? We jump down. I cast Protocol.
was that? And then we all got pissed off at you for fouling everybody at that point because I think you were like,
it
No,
was.
somebody was like, "No, I still want to take the elevator."
Yeah, you were like, I still take the elevator. I'm like, sure, why not? And then they attack! Is that the adamantine fireball? Yeah, I remember that stuff now.
it's a really fun one, guys. If you are looking to play a really fun game, that's a good
It is
one.
pretty good. There's
I
some
enjoyed
fun
it.
setup bits.
I like the Bluetooth ale. I think it's a really cool little thing just to have and be like, hey, there's that, you know?
That's actually got one of my favorite typos in this module.
What is it?
The adamantine golem or the bone golem.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
His passive perception is 111.
Yeah, you will never get past me.
Now here's more information.
The blue lichen. Critters.
Is it lichen or lichen?
I think it's
I've heard it both
lichen.
ways. I don't know.
all of it.
I call
How
it
do you
lichen.
I'm gonna call it.
You say potato, I say potato, potato, potato.
You,
Let's call the whole thing off.
You say tomato, I say vodka. Am I right?
Oh my fuck.
There, that's what I look like in the mornings.
What is this? It lets you role play as a Smurf class. You smurfing right.
Straight up. Listen here, everyone. I'm turned blue. My bones and you and winter. Anyways.
Oh no,
so
that's a drunk Papa Smurf, isn't it?
So Kristen's going to be in next week to talk about how we can cosplay at the table.
Yes.
A couple of makeup tips.
Yeah.
She's...
Hi, Scottaroo from Seattle. Welcome here from Tacoma.
Yes.
Live from Tacoma.
Live from... Oh, I really wanted to be
from Tacoma Port.
Jesus at OrcaCon.
Oh, they met us at OrcaCon?
No, I said come meet us.
Come meet us at OrcaCon. Yes, that too.
Oh, CoraCon.
We will be at OrcaCon.
Yeah, we're going to do stuff.
I'm so excited about that. I am for sure going to be DMing on Friday.
For sure.
For sure.
Well, you were doing karate chops, so that's big news, everybody. Oh!
I'm going to be DMing. That's going to be my first public DM.
Are you doing the Everyone Campaign Center?
Yeah, of course I am.
You know so much about that.
I'm going to make it so much fun. I'm so excited.
I'm going to try.
Oh, you're actually in Sumner. Yeah. Well, welcome.
Close enough.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can I tell you, before we go on a little bit about more Dungeons and Dragons stuff, I got to tell you.
No, we cannot discuss Dungeons and Dragons here. Come on. This is not. What do you think this is? Some casual show?
Yeah, it is.
About D&D?
So, let me drink some yerba for this.
Some yerba? Oh, yeah, because we're doing the healthy thing. You have your yerba, and I'll have clear liquids.
Oh, I have clear liquids, too.
Okay.
So.
103 passive perception.
103. I can beat that.
I love it.
Oh
Still, we got 45.
Found it!
I see you. The bone golem knows all. It sees your bones.
Ooh, that's scary.
Sorry.
Anyways, so I went and got a Christmas tree this weekend.
What did you do? Why did you get a Christmas
tree?
So
I went to this. If you guys are from Washington, if you're not, there's a city called little city called Puyallup. Okay.
Wait, you got like a tree?
So every year we get Josh likes to go. The cleric likes to go and get a live tree. Okay.
Yes.
He likes to and he torments himself every fucking year. Like every year, it's always so stressful. There's always something crazy going on. It never goes our way. There's always some sort of thing we have to do to get a goddamn tree. So this year, our place called Snowshoe. It's where we like to go. It's our little traditional place because they have a little shop. I like to get the wreaths because they make wreaths out of all the stems that they have left over. Overpriced, but I love it. I'll pay it because I support, my local farms. And we went and they had their gates closed. Now we heard from last year some rumors about how they had to close a certain weekend because they didn't have enough trees and blah, 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 blah. And we're like, oh my God, no, we got this. No, we don't got this. We went to I don't know how many tree farms, and we're and they're the Snowshoe. We got spoiled because they take card. Every other place is check and cash. Check, I would have known check. I would have brought a checkbook with me, no problem. No.
Check, yeah, I got checks. I can check it all.
I can check it all day. Yeah. But no, they were like cash. And I was like, oh my God. We go and we find this ATM that's 4 or 5 minutes away. We go this whole route to get to it. Come back to the spot. Their gates are closed. And everybody, as we're driving by, we're seeing all these other farms we never noticed before closing their gates. And we're like, oh shit.
I'm imagining this as you're driving, at the very end, there's the gates still open, and then the gates are just closing by you as you drive, and you're just like, oh, I gotta make it.
Oh, dude.
Washington's just got a row after row after row of evergreen trees that you're driving by.
Yeah. You can't cut any more. You're going to jail.
Wonderland.
Dude, you're gonna go to jail. You cut those things down too. No lie. And we go and we get there, and the guy's he's closing the gates. I'm almost in tears. I'm like, please. I was just here. You guys told me I needed cash. I went and got cash. And he's like, I remember you. Let me go ask my boss. And we're like, okay, thank you.
And then he
They
gets
let
back
us in.
and the boss is like, no!
They
let
let
them
us.
suffer.
They let us in, and then like this place is super organic. Like their tree farm is really like it's a small personal tree farm, and like the stalks are fucking huge. So like then Josh is down there like breaking a sweat trying to get things. It's just a shit show.
Oh, so like you had to like saw it down.
Oh, you know, it was like U-cut. It was a U-cut. Like,
no.
and like he kids himself every year. He went, and like the last couple of years, we've gone to snowshoe where they're like, oh, you know, we are closing down that area. These are the pre ones that we have ready, and so we just go and we pick the ones that they've already picked out, and we're like, and they've been cut that day, so they're fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we have. Yeah, we need a Christmas miracle. Tell me, we're not a Christmas miracle, and that's exactly what my son was yelling in the back seat.
That is so
My
funny.
kid's like, we need a Christmas miracle. And I was like, yeah, we do. It was such a fucking shit show. I was just like, dude, like this is and to me, like I'm not a big fan of Christmas. Josh is. And like when he's getting angry and it's getting all like shit showy, like circusy, I'm like, and this is why I fucking hate Christmas. It's like, give me a reason to talk shit. But you know, it's fine. I got it up. We got it up. We shook it. It's beautiful. I love it. And Josh has a special like secrets of little things that he uses to keep the tree alive for a lot longer and fresher. Because he's Mr. Gardener.
He's
He's
like,
got
I
all
put
the
2
tricks.
drops of Miracle Grow.
It's not Miracle Grow.
Half bottle of
he gets
spritzer.
some beer. It's really expensive top shelf beer.
He's like,
yeah, right,
It
you
all
would
starts
think.
with the Bifrost.
I bet you if he did, it probably would be something weird
It's got
like
to
that.
put
dude.
1 quart of Bifrost.
And then it's
in there.
Bifrost. Look at you guys.
And you
calling
start
him out.
brining it. Then you put it in the rotisserie. Where do you find a rotisserie big enough for a tree? On eBay.
On eBay.
You just go to the Dalai Lama
Amazon.
store.
Amazon, you know.
Yeah.
No, but we got it in, we straightened it up. It's all said and done. I decorated it. It's not completely decorated, but I got the lights put on it already,
Okay.
you know. I'm good. Now I'm just trying to fight the cats off. Make sure the cats stay off.
That's super funny. Mine was actually, I decorated the tree over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
It was lovely.
Do you guys have a fake tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same tree that we've had for many, many a year.
Josh does not like the fake trees. He likes real trees because of the smells, and he says that he doesn't like artificial smells, so don't try convincing him otherwise because he won't do it. Like, if I could, I would have one of those super dope trees that are like color changing. Like, you just like, clook, 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 you lock them in, and they're like super like full, and like they're LED lights that are like crazy beautiful. Like, I would get one of those.
So all of the lights are interwoven on it.
And they're like perfect, already done.
Yeah. So what we do is we put on some nice Christmas music. We hang some ornaments. You know, it's real sweet. It's real easy.
No, I got my kid.
The baby sits there and she plays with her cups. It's fantastic.
No, I'm trying to get my 9-year-old to watch A Christmas Carol, The Muppets, and then ask him to help me thread the lights onto the live tree. I was like, just go fucking watch the Muppets. Just get out of here.
She said, "Go watch the Muppets."
Just
Like,
go. So
he was like, "Why?" She's like, "Did you put literally all of the ornaments in the same spot?" Oh, our tree's beautiful. Had a really good time.
it's all right. It's okay because Josh did a really good job. If you come to my house, you have to see it. He decorated the outside, and it's Christmas gorge.
That's good.
We lost a lot of stuff in the flood last year downstairs. A lot of like all my
Oh yeah, no, I remember the flood.
no, my nutcrackers. I'm so sad.
No, dude, my nutcrackers.
I had the most gorgeous. Okay, so
Tell me about your gorgeous nutcrackers.
Wait, who's the author of the Wild Things Are? Maurice Sendak. So Josh's mom took us to the last Maurice Sendak. I thought this was a family stream. Hey, we are. We're talking about nutcrackers for Christmas.
We still have a mature, right, man? Mature
We
filters.
definitely have them for chills till they're on.
We do?
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, we have children singing on
Eggnog!
fucking shit. Anyways, so we went to the last Marie Sendak showing in Seattle, right?
Okay, yeah.
Josh's mom like pulled all these strings, got us tickets, VIP things that we went and did like this whole breakfast thing. Josh bought me every nutcracker they had, right? It was the Rat King, the Nutcracker himself, and he even got me the old man with the glasses and with the toy, like the toy maker. He was my favorite. He's beautiful. And the Rat King was really pretty too. Everything in the flood. When I finally pulled everything out and let it dry to see if I could save some of the black mold off of it, all the glue just went.
That's rough, dude.
I was so sad. I've literally been collecting nutcrackers since I met Josh with him for Christmas every year. Like Josh's mom gives us a nutcracker for Christmas, or we'll collect some and we mark them what year we got them and stuff like that. All of them gone. But there was these ornaments that were originally on the tree for the Marie Sendak showing. Somehow those two were still in the box with all those nutcrackers. They were the only thing that didn't get destroyed. And those ones I had to beg Josh to get me because they were not cheap. Like I begged him. I was like, please, they're beautiful. It was the Rat King and it was the Nutcracker. And it's like hand painted. And like I said, they were on the trees, but when they like fall and break, I guess they like put them out for sale. Excuse me, I'm still getting over that little cold. And I still have, they were the only ones that weren't fucked up. So they're on my tree right now, like in all their glory, but yeah.
So for Christmas, Amy asked for the Switch Lite. And I was like, why don't you go ahead and like browse, find what you want and like what color and let me know like that kind of information so like I can get you what you want or I'm just going to go randomly buy it.
Yeah.
I come home after stream like 2 weeks ago at like 10 o'clock at night and she's sitting there on a Switch Lite and she's like, look what I got. And I was like, that was literally going to be your Christmas present. What do you guys do in that situation?
Oh, dude. So that has happened after 10 years of a relationship. That has happened. Josh is normally the one because I'm the one who tries to surprise him because Josh is like, Christmas is whatever, I can buy something for you. Here you go. You know what I mean? And so like for me, like I tend to be the person that like tries to like think things out and buy them and save them and do all that kind of stuff. And like Josh has done stuff like that. Dude, it's tough. It's tough. Like you got to just tell them like, hey, yeah, that's what I did. And Scott, yeah, you're right. Reboot, easy future gifts, silver lining. It's true. Like I can restart my collection. It's just, I had a really cool vampire nutcracker. Yes, I had the weirdest nutcracker collection and it was the coolest. I mean,
I want your nuts.
Yeah, I want to bite your nuts.
I want to bite your nuts.
Anyways, but yeah, for gifts like that, I mean, the now what you're gonna.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure Amy's in chat. I think I saw her that she might be in chat. I'm not sure if she's in right now. Let's see. Hold on.
You know what you do? You break it. You break the Switch Lite.
Is she listening? I would say now at this point, you either get her like gift cards to digitally download games that she wants, or buy her the game. You know what I mean? And make it so that it's games that you guys can play together.
Bought all the games already that she wanted.
Oh, son.
Like all in like a bundle deal. I was like, I don't know what to do now.
Do you have a Switch already?
Yeah.
Right? You do?
And we've already beat all the multiplayer games that we wanted. We get Smash Bros, but she won't play that.
Damn.
You guys are unlucky because my situation is super easy.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, it's cool, Scott. It does suck, but you know, like Gotti says, gotta let go of material fucking shit, right? Gotta let it go.
Luckily enough, like for most of the people that I get gifts for, none of them are like, you know, is a gift that they can get themselves. So it's like for Christmas, my mom really wants a picture of my daughter, just a really beautiful one, big enough that she can hang on the wall in her office. So I got this super gaudy like frame. It's like gold and filigree, and it was like on super sale, and it's complete. It's the worst frame I could find. But I'm gonna put like just the most beautiful picture that I can in there. And
Why doesn't Katie paint a picture?
I already got Ben a gift. He's easy. Ben, you're easy.
Super.
Like
what she said.
you literally.
Oh!
Yeah, she did.
I got him a cup of hot tea, and he was ready to go.
Honestly, like you see Star Wars name on it, and you're like, "Yep, Ben."
Yeah, but that's been my life for like 30 years.
I just
Like,
hope you don't already have it. I don't think you
Probably
would.
not. I don't buy any Star Wars things anymore. This shirt, the entire line of it, Amy bought me. Like, I don't buy Star Wars things anymore.
I don't know. Now, for the friend that is a D&D fanatic, what do you think is a good Christmas gift for them?
The special edition Sapphire dice.
That's cool.
Wink, wink.
Oh, is that what you're trying to tell me?
For $299.
I was gonna say, I don't know if our friendship's worth that much.
You can get your most treasured friend a set
I could get
metal
you
dice.
like a fucking box of all kinds of different sets of dice for the price of one set of dice.
No, I think a really good gift that you could get like a D&D friend, like maybe a dungeon master, is just, tell them thank you for being a DM.
Yeah,
Give them a dice bag. Give them something they can put on the shelf.
I like to paint. I think I'm gonna paint this holiday.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pull out some canvases and I'm gonna put some work in.
If you need canvases, I got your back.
I can imagine. There's still some downstairs. Remember, there's a whole box.
Oh yeah.
So.
Good times.
Yeah. Scotteru says, years ago, my buddy wanted to DM the original Ravenloft module, and he let me play it as Psionics.
Ooh, you know who got an old?
That would be.
I think it's
crazy.
one of the old editions of Ravenloft. It was
Scott.
Scott gave it to Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jefe.
did he?
Meet little Jefe.
Scott's got all the books too.
He's got
like,
all
the
of them.
novels and everything.
Multiple copies of it.
Yeah. He was literally like Santa Claus.
I heard that night. Josh and I were just exhausted, but I heard everybody like, Lo comes running upstairs to Max. She's like, I need my bag. And he's like, well, I got my bag. She's like, I don't think you are grasping the concept of how much stuff I'm about to get right now.
You don't get it.
And that's what I walked away from hearing as she's running down the stairs.
I think she got an entire collection of Dark Sun material.
Oh.
She got tons of stuff.
Unless Scott had anything about Drist.
See, I would actually love that if people were like, "Hey, I want to DM a game for you" or something. Like, I'd be all for that. I got a couple of my regular players that are like, "Yeah, let us DM for you," and I was like, "I'm down." Like,
how about an RPG like a RPG DIY, like, wow, a coupon book where you're like, here's a coupon for me to DM a game. And then, like, you have that and you give that to somebody, and that way they can call upon you for certain things.
Just trade in the ticket.
Like, that would be fun.
That'd be cool. That'd be alright.
I used my wrench ability and bought the big bad guy at the end and fully into the material plan, and we killed him very quickly. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I wonder now if the new rules would like really minimalize like that sort of thing. Is he sitting on the chair staring at you? That's the baby.
I know I ruined it, huh? I started petting you, and now you're like, oh, love me. Wow. I'll lick your hand.
Next thing we know, he's gonna jump on the table. I'm rushing to the table. Yeah, I don't know.
Good wish.
So are we gonna build me a wizard here? Is that what the plan is?
You have 6 character slots used on your D&D Beyond.
I do. Who's on there?
Delete all of them.
I think there's one that can be deleted.
No, that would make me really sad because then we'd have to rebuild Maloom and Sylvie.
No. There should be one that I think I created for Peyton that could be deleted.
Sylvie, Snow, Hera, Loop, and
Loop.
mine is Beast.
Loop can be deleted.
Guadalupe.
Because now she can just kind of white out and fix it on her paper because she printed it.
Cool. Coo-coo-ca-choo.
Yeah.
It's hard to think when there's an animal sniffing you. Like, ferociously sniffing you.
Yeah, Scott, I normally am a bard most of the time, huh? Most of the time I'm a bard, but I'm really digging the ranger that I played. I'm missing my ranger right now. I want an opportunity to play Chip and Gale again with Josh. We play my husband and I play a forest gnomes that are called Chip and Gale, who are the rescue rangers. And we have pistols, and that we have a cert to have guns, and so it is probably one of the funnest characters that I've created a lot of fun characters. I have a tie. There's a special place in my heart for every character I've made, but Chip and Gale is just fucking amazing.
Foking.
I think
They're pretty fun. I really like how you guys roleplay the two of them.
Josh does. We so tap into each other. It's amazing. I mean, after 10 years, I would hope that we'd be able to like connect.
We tap each other.
Okay.
All right, standard build.
Are we gonna? So Danny's telling me I should just go straight for the psionic. Should we just do a psionic wizard then, and see how this works?
Yeah. If the Unearthed Arcana is.
Yes, it is.
When
When you do playtest content.
Click it.
So the way this works, guys, if you are going to be creating something that is playtest, I normally take off Homebrew. I take off Magic the Gathering. We're not gonna. Are we gonna do an Eberron character? Should we do an Eberron race? No? I don't want to be human. Don't fucking make me be human.
I'm not gonna make you do anything. Actually, click everything on. Click on Homebrew.
This guy
Our race is going to be a Blurgan.
Loxodon.
You guys
No, we're going to make our race. It's called a Blurgan. It gets a +10 to intelligence. Why? Because it just goes Blurgan, and it just wrecks you.
Oh god, you're so.
It's like a giant.
All right, you guys, if you're out there watching, what do you guys think? Should I do Eberron race or should I do a regular race? What race do you think I should do here?
I say to understand it, you should do just regular, but if Chad says something different.
I mean, I don't want to do a human. You guys have been making me do humans so much lately. I hate humans. Can we do something else? Okay, I've been an elf, so let's not do an elf. I've been a half. No, I've never been a halfling. I've been gnomes. Okay, Hamlet. What kind of gnome?
Hold on a second.
What kind of gnome?
Hold on a second.
What?
So
Hamlet said gnomes. Yeah, that would be adorable. Hello, Alchemist.
I hate you so much.
All right. A smart a blur. Yeah, a blurgan, says Scott. A Christmas gnome. Okay, so that would be a forest gnome, right? We can totally dress up a forest gnome as a Christmas gnome.
Yeah. No.
Yes, he's gonna look like a little elf.
Let's hold on. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we won't do Eberron content then. So we'll do play.
A gnome is a good pick.
You just fucking said. I don't think you.
I said a Blurgan.
Unlike a garden gnome.
Forest gnomes are good.
Yeah, no, I don't wear the top hat. A garden gnome would wear the little pointy hat. A Christmas gnome, it flops to the side like Santa's. Buddy the Christmas gnome. Okay, that's what he'll be. So we'll put. He's gonna be like an evil little gnome, probably, right? As a psionic wizard.
You could choose.
Okay.
Yeah, a gnome is a really strong one.
A tiny Will Ferrell. Aw, just like he always wanted to be. He wanted to be tiny so bad. You know that my mother-in-law is fucking crazy, right? I love her to death, but she's crazy. And you know that is her favorite fucking Christmas movie?
Really?
Yeah, you would never think.
No.
Right? She's like, it's my favorite Christmas movie. So like every time I see things, I try to like buy them for her and like put them away because I know she loves it. She will never wear them out. She would mortify herself if she wore anything that had a fucking the Will Ferrell elf movie on it, but she definitely.
I actually really like that movie.
Okay, so
I know him.
It's one of my favorite.
He said, "Buddy, listen. There's something I got to tell you. You're adopted.
All right.
Your real father."
So now here we got gnomes. Let's find.
Gnabre.
You're a gnabre. We're gonna do a forest gnome as our Christmas gnome.
You don't want to
because
be
you know
you don't
what?
Want to be a deep gnome?
No, because the South Pole is just a frozen forest land.
Okay, it's fine. You don't want to be
okay, so I got
rock
25.
gnome?
Okay, we're gonna choose the race. For background, he can only be a toy maker, a cookie baker, or a cobbler. Elf stereotypes for gnomes. Got you. We will definitely stick to that. You know, this is very appropriate.
This is very appropriate.
Very much so. Okay, so I get
turning a gnome into an elf.
A psionic elf.
Yeah, a psionic elf. Like, this is amazing. This is how he reports back to Santa to let you know if you're bad or good.
Got an image of you just creating a lightsaber now, like with your mind just floating it above and your kyber crystal and everything going in, like. And then there...
That would be cool. That's how I make the toys.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Okay, so speaks with small beasts. That would be appropriate. Natural illusionist. Oh man, I'm enjoying this. All right. So now we go down to wizard, correct?
Add class.
And we're gonna add this class. Now we have to go straight to level 3, right?
I think we were making you 5th level.
Are we gonna make me?
We're
fifth
doing
level?
it 20th level.
Yeah, let's do 5th level.
Look, do 5th level. I was gonna say, should we just look at the book and just see where it
Your
starts?
traditions are at
2nd level or 3rd level, you get to pick your school.
put. I think it's 2nd level.
Well, you want us to do 5th or what?
Yeah, why not? Do it.
Okay.
5th is where a wizard gets fun because you get access to fireball
You get access to mind effing.
and haste.
Haystaga.
Okay.
So, who cares about hit points? Wizards aren't known for their hit points. Click on proficiencies.
Don't have the arcane tradition.
Well, you're going to need to do. You can do arcane tradition first if you want to.
Wait, how do I pick what kind of wizard I am?
It's in arcane tradition.
Well, you have to raise your level to 5th.
I did.
She is.
Okay, here we go.
I'm on the delay.
Psionics.
Oh, this is
unofficial material.
Oh, this material is presented for playtesting and speculative.
Jinx, you both owe me a soda.
What?
Circle, circle, dot, dot.
Now I got
my
the cootie shot.
Every time I get those, I always start sneezing wildly. I think I'm
my-
allergic. Look at you.
No, I just get the red bump.
Oh, gross.
All right, so excuse me. As we do this, as a wizard, you're telling me I want to have arcane and what?
Intelligence is your key factor.
Oh,
If you do
right.
Arcana, choose Arcana because that's an intelligence-based skill. And then for your second skill, I would choose Investigation because again, it's another intelligence-based skill. History is another intelligence one, but who cares about
But as
history?
a psionic elf.
Insight's going to be Wisdom.
Okay,
Wisdom
well, I got wisdom saving throws.
True, wisdom isn't going to be a key defining feature for your class.
But I feel like as a psionic, my insight would be like stupid. I'm gonna go with insight.
Okay.
Investigation does not sound characteristically correct for what we're creating here.
Investigation, you could
I mean,
could play the concept.
I guess if I'm going into little kids' rooms to see if they're bad or good.
Are you inspecting the toys for faults? Because that would be investigation.
Okay, we're gonna go with the toy maker background then, right? Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna customize the background and do a toy maker.
Yeah, that's true.
What Hamlet.
Our toy maker is gonna have a
Okay,
tool
well,
proficiency.
And that's what Scottaroo said. So we're gonna go with toy maker. So we'll go with that. Which then will give. I can then get.
Yeah, we're gonna get 2 more skills.
Yeah. Okay, so we're
it's
gonna
like
go with the.
It's fine.
It's fine.
All right.
All right. You love custom backgrounds too. That is your fucking jam, huh?
Maybe.
Every time I want to create a character, he's like, "Now we're gonna do a custom background." I'm like, "What?" I never knew about custom backgrounds until you were.
I just make the dumbest backgrounds.
Well, I like it now because now I'm like, I don't feel like I'm pigeonholed in like this like background thing. Like I like that they allow me to do what I want. Yeah.
It's a cool little shindig.
Like my swarm keeper, as a beekeeper, there's no fucking background called beekeeper.
Until just now. Boom!
Yeah.
What does it give you? It gives you athletics because you gotta, I don't know. It gives you
I don't know what I gave myself.
It's gonna give you
I gave myself some
history and religion because bees.
Because bees.
Because bees.
Alright, so
let's look at what we got. So we've got our psionic devotion. So at 2nd level, you get your psionic feature. Now, when you choose this, you get to choose between these 3. So friends means that you can cast friends, and generally when they are done being friendly, they turn hostile towards you. This changes it so they don't turn hostile towards you.
That to me sounds very Will Ferrell buddy-ish to me. Like he would try to make friends and then make everybody hostile towards
Mage
him.
hand, you can cast it like an arcane trickster.
So I think that you shouldn't take that because they will be hostile towards you.
I know! So are they with Buddy on fucking and the elf? I think for role-playing purposes, it is very apropos for it.
Yeah, go friends.
I mean, Mage hand would be like the best one to pick, like if you want to cheese ball it out. But I
would
feel
pick message.
I would do friends because I feel like Buddy would literally constantly be trying to cast friends and then people getting mad at him for doing it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they will know that you spell casted them, but at least when the spell ends, their target doesn't become hostile to you.
It doesn't become hostile.
Correct.
See? So then maybe that's how I make my friends.
You're just like, magic! And glitter just goes everywhere.
Oh
They're
my
enchanted
God,
for a
this is
moment.
rolling out.
And then when it's over, they're just like, you just sprinkle glitter everywhere. Like, that's okay.
This is what Scottaroo animal husbandry.
You gotta take care of the reindeer.
Oh no.
We're gonna do animal handling and something, and investigation.
Okay.
We get to ability score improvement. Don't. Oh yeah, click it and then choose feet, because we need more feet.
You're that guy to go.
Yeah,
huh?
click the feeties. Click the feeties.
You and your feet fetish.
And we're gonna choose.
Okay, so what the? Okay, what is this? What is this?
Just scroll down. We're gonna take telekinetic or telepath. One of the two.
Wait.
Choose.
What do you guys think? Telekinetic because
Let me see the binder.
I'm the toy
Let me see the
maker, or do I do telepathic to like know if like you've been bad or good? So be good for goodness sakes. Mage hand would be great for bees and extra snowball.
So telekinetic is going to increase your intelligence score by 1. You learn the Mage Hand cantrip, and you can cast it without verbal somatic components, and you make it invisible. And as a bonus action, you can use your hand to shove a creature within 5 feet of your hand. Yeah. Or telepathic.
I think you take Keen Mind.
You gain.
What is it?
So if you go telepathic, your int goes up by 1. You gain proficiency in a skill of your choice from the following: deception, insight, intimidation, persuasion. And you can communicate telepathically with any creature you can see within 30 feet of you, if it can understand at least one language. Oh, if it can understand at least one language, it can respond to you telepathically.
So
you can speak to
the
things.
naughty nice list. Like, how do you know who's on the naughty nice list?
That's what I'm saying. Like telepathic might be the best way of going on this.
We're just
route.
being very psionic here.
I was actually used to try to show. See, I don't feel like that would be my character. That Buddy would not shove people with his power. I don't think he'd be like Darth Vader-y. I think he would be more telepathic because he.
Or you can choose Savage Attacker, or you can choose.
Is there any? No, that's it.
These are the two.
Well, Ben said Keen Mind. What is that, Ben? What is Keen Mind?
You have perfect memory for like 30 days. Anything you read or see, you know, like eidetic memory for at least 30 days.
Oh man, I wish that was real life.
Right? So if you've read the Naughty Nice books, you'll know it. Like everybody you see.
Okay, now I'm confused.
But only for 30 days. And then you have to read it again.
Which you only need to know for 30 days, right? For the month of December.
Yeah, that's fair.
Start right after Thanksgiving, going into Christmas. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. Keen Mind. Keen Mind. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
You also get a bonus to your intelligence too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You always know where the North Pole is.
That's also true. You always know which way is north.
Yeah.
How to get back home,
I
right?
can always get back home. I know where I live.
Okay.
Can we fudge your ability scores hardcore? So point by.
Always point by, right?
Yeah. Intelligence. You're gonna want to just dump. You put a 15 in there.
Okay, 15.
Yeah. Max your intelligence.
Where? My intelligence?
Yeah.
Hey, Commander! Good to see you.
Yeah.
Welcome in. We are creating I've never played a wizard in my life. And we are creating, because today's topic was psionics, and we are creating the new Unearthed Arcana, a psionic wizard.
And because it's December and the holidays are here, we're theming it as an elf.
We are getting help from you guys in the chat on how to create this elf. If you have any suggestions, please go ahead. So right now we are creating Buddy, the Christmas gnome.
Can your background be eggnog enthusiast? Or like hot cocoa enthusiast?
No, what was his favorite food again? It was just sugar, right?
It was just candy.
Like, what was it? It was like he made like spaghetti
Sugar,
with like
marshmallows.
it was like anything sugar, right? Like he was obsessed.
He
with
was just like pouring pixie sticks on like.
Dude, remember
whatever?
when he made the spaghetti and he put like chocolate all over it?
Yeah. Diabetes.
Candy,
Your background.
syrup.
And what syrup? Chocolate syrup?
Syrup.
Oh, just maple syrup?
Maple syrup. Oh my gosh.
Which I fucking hate maple syrup, but I guess for role playing, that'll be real role playing, huh?
Here we go. Okay, 15 intelligence.
Do you hate fake maple syrup or real maple syrup?
So I like maple syrup if it's on like something salty. So like meat, bacon. Well, bacon's meat. You know what I mean? Like I like it like that. But I do not like maple syrup in like a donut or pancakes. Like no. I'm just creating a wizard myself as I lost my character last week in a spectacular way. Oh, spectacular way. That's always a way to hear how you go. All right, so we got 15 in intelligence. Ben, please jump in at any moment and tell Mikey he's wrong. If
Then you're gonna put a 15 in dexterity. Yeah, there's the approval nod. And then you're gonna put a 15 in in wisdom. You're gonna put in wisdom for your insight.
I mean, if you want your insight to be high, then yes. Otherwise, you want constitution so you don't die by like tripping and falling off of, I don't know, like the sled.
You're squishy.
Off a roof. If you fall off a roof, you're gonna die because you're a wizard.
So then what do I do?
I mean, that's up to you. Do you put like 12 and 12 or?
Oh, you got I would put it all in wisdom so you could tell if someone's lying.
Can I just
do 14.
Let's sit there and see. So that way.
Do a 14 so you get the modifier boost, and then put the rest in.
So like this?
Yeah, and then put the rest in Constitution. Put it at 10, so at least you don't get any negatives.
Oh, but I'm gonna have a negative in charisma.
Yeah, but
yeah, fuck it, I guess.
You're a toy maker.
But I should have some sort of charisma. At least a 0 on charisma.
Okay, so
he says 14 con or bust. He knows how. Yeah, it's a min-max thing though. Like you need to be able to take a hit, because if you're at 17th level, if you don't have over 100 hit points, your wizard's just dead to a disintegrate.
Nah, you'll be
or
fine.
whatever, finger of death.
You'll be fine. You'll make the save.
Finger death.
Finger of death.
Yeah, if you don't make the save, you die.
You'll make the save.
If you're under 100 hit points.
You'll make.
Danny. Look at what I got up here, dude. What do you think it should be, Daddy?
All right. Hold on. Okay, so dump your intelligence. Put that back to an 8.
Why? But isn't my intelligence what I need?
No, you leave it, Cindy.
That's
Here. No. Just scroll down for a moment.
As I slowly
Scroll down.
turn.
All right. So here's what we're looking at. Okay. So your strength, you're gonna have a -1 modifier, but you don't do anything strength based.
No.
Dexterity, you get a +3, which is going to give you an armor class boost.
Okay.
It's also going to allow you to throw things or use any kind of dexterity weapon.
Okay.
So long as if you want to.
Okay.
Constitution is going to be a +0, which means you're not going to have additional HP, but you also aren't going to have any less HP. So if you do get punched in the mouth, it'll hurt. But you're not going to be frontline anyways.
So
Right?
at level 5, you'll have 22 hit points.
Oh, look at here comes Daddy. Intel 14, Con 14, Dex 14.
I say you keep in 15 because it'll be 18 at
And
fifth
then
level.
see your intelligence, you get because of all the things, it's a +4, which means your spell saves, your damage, like your chance to hit, all of that stuff, boom, +4. Huge boon. Wisdom +2, you can tell if they're lying to you. I mean, you took the insight, right?
Yes.
So would you like to have a +2 to your insight?
I wouldn't mind a +1, not a +2.
Okay, then change it to 12. Put less points in your wisdom, and then whatever else you want. Charisma.
With the charisma, I would like to have at least at a 0. I would like to have that at a 0. I don't want a negative. Because I feel like a gnome would have some sort of like hold of something without it being like, no, we hate you. Everybody loves.
Are you gonna take points into persuasion or deception or anything like that?
There is one that oh no, that's if I would have taken telekinesis, huh? Well,
charisma is not necessary unless you're gonna be that kind of a character, right?
I just talk so much that normally I end up getting asked to roll for fucking charisma checks of some sort, and I always end up putting my foot in my mouth.
It's only when you're like, oh, it's the big bad boss. Hey, let's be friends. Then yeah, persuade me. But otherwise.
Okay. All right. I just won't talk much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if I do, people are gonna hate me no matter what, which is fine because Buddy is not really liked by many people.
So, and then I mean, with the wisdom score,
are you gonna be like starting every conversation, Buddy the gnome here?
Yeah, exactly. All right. So wait, the wisdom is what we said I could drop down a little bit, and should I add that into the con at least so it gives me a +1? So maybe a +1 in the con and wisdom. Or do you think that's a waste?
I think it's a waste. I think that you either choose wisdom or constitution.
What does Commander say? Oh, Scott says, "Are you going with Buddy for name?" Well, I guess that's what we're going for. That's I think Ham called that one out, right? Or was it you, Scott? Someone called out Buddy. Yeah, it was Hamlet. Hamlet called out Buddy the Christmas gnome, a tiny Will Ferrell.
That's the story of how Commander died?
I was playing a ranger monk who got caught by a chain double while trying to rescue 2 party members. I succeeded, but the devil strung me up and pulled one of my arms off. I got my other hand free, and after clutching the totem to my god, I yelled for the party to run and cast primal savagery and tore my own neck out, allowing party to escape. Well, that is fucking epic. Talk about throwing yourself onto the sword for the party, dude. Nah,
And then they all ran into a
I
pitfall
hope the rest
trap.
of the homies get you something for Christmas for that one, dude.
Maybe a new
memory.
arm. A new arm.
A new arm for your poor. No, the Ranger
necklace.
monkey's done.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, no, I think you would. I would either choose wisdom or constitution.
Not split them.
Nah. Constitution's gonna give you more. It's gonna keep you alive. And I mean everything like wisdom and charisma.
I'm a person that if I can't make up my mind, I just go like split. That's being a mom, you know what I mean? It's like
I mean, you could do that too.
It's not fighting, just split. But then that puts me at 0-0, right?
There's no look. There's no problem. I mean, you could drop 2 points in intelligence and bust other things. You could do all sorts of stuff.
I don't know. Decisions, you know. This is why it takes me all day, even now with D&D Beyond, to create my character.
Dump wisdom. Put it at an 8.
Put it in
Put
what?
it at an 8.
No.
Put it at an 8.
No.
Dump it. Put it at an 8.
Oh, concentration saving throws are tied to con.
That's something I forgot about.
So having a higher con, you're not proficient in it, so you're probably gonna have a +2 or +3 at best for Constitution saving throws.
I'm what? Wait, what was that last
Like
part?
if you're concentrating on a spell and you get hit, you have to make a concentration check. That's based on your Constitution modifier.
That's why you need it higher.
Dump wisdom. Don't need it. Put it at 4. Or I mean at
I mean, you
at
could
8.
do a 14,
No.
14 con and 10 wisdom.
You don't get any modifiers. Put it at 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10. There you go. And then put the rest of it in con.
Dun dun dun. Okay, next.
What would a wisdom savings throw be for?
Your brain hurts.
Somebody mind controlling you, but you're gonna be proficient in it, so you're getting a bonus. So unless you take the feat like resilience to give you proficiency bonus in Constitution, you're gonna need a high score.
In the con. Okay. Fair enough.
Farrah. Fowler.
Alright. Let's see how this looks now.
Background. Custom. Alright.
Come on, click it. Okay.
Have you ever seen Space Barians?
No.
Oh god, it's so good.
So, okay, so we're gonna call this. Are we gonna call it just a regular, like Santa's helper? Should we just call it Santa's helper?
Yeah.
Background, so that way, like, I'm versed in toys, making sure I know kids that get toys on the naughty or nice list. Like, I'm multifunctional.
You can do Santa's PA.
in the workshop.
You can be Santa's PA, personal assistant.
Okay,
Santa's
cool.
I handle his appointments, and I do things. I check on the list.
Okay, proficiency in language or proficiency language choice. So
I think you should have 2 skills, a tool, and a language.
What'd you say?
I think you should have the bottom one.
2 skills, 1 tool, 1 language.
Yep, your language will be Elven.
Common and Elven.
Yeah, and Gnomish.
Oh, and I get Gnomish.
You want to know? Your tool could be like a
I could still get
woodworking. Your skills, you would pick animal handling because you tend to the reindeer, and you could pick.
So background feature, Commander's saying I should do guild artisan and then do tinker tools. What should I do for my background feature?
If you choose the feature is just like a thing you get. I love picking noble because you get 3 retainers.
Yeah, but guild artisan does sound appropriate because I'm part of the Santa guild.
See, if you're Santa's PA, that means you have 3 underlings under you that do your other biddings, and then
no,
you can do criminal or spy. Because you know the naughty list so well, you have criminal contacts, so you can always find the super naughty bads in town. Be like, hey, I need to smuggle some candy canes out of the city, and then
Santa's pooper scooper. Oh.
Or you could be you could choose a folk hero. See, the Yetis came to Santa's workshop, and you fought off the Yeti. And now everyone calls you Rudolph. Or you could be a sailor. Ooh, look, you choose sailor, but instead of like a boat
or an outlander.
Sled. Yeah.
Because I travel all over the place.
I would choose pirate.
I sit on the sleigh with him and travel with him everywhere. Let's see, background characteristics. Then I do the characteristic as a guild artisan because then I'm part of the gnome guild.
I love you so much.
All right.
Boom.
All right.
Oh, we have to give a little description for your Santa's helper. I think you should put you should write it like a resume. So it should be like you should have your name, your address, 102 Santa Lane.
Oh my god.
That's
gonna take too long. It's already 3 o'clock.
Put skills, and underneath that it'd be like
ice sailing.
Computer skills, and then you'll put like Microsoft 97 Word.
Can I finish this afterwards?
Yeah.
You sell at it.
There you go.
Okay, so we'll save that
Shut
for now.
up with the Microsoft funds.
You'll just be there like,
Okay, let's finish this up. So we got skill proficiencies. So we got Arcana, we got Insight. So now we're going to do History. I think is good.
That way you know the history of Santa.
Not Siri. History.
Hey Siri.
You need to go out.
So you need to blow it out.
In that cupboard right there. Nature, perception.
I like how I'm playing with it.
What do you think? Perception or investigation?
Investigation.
Bah!
Tool
Humbug!
proficiencies. Now we're in the tools.
Tinker's tools.
Where are my Tinker's tools? Tinker's tools.
Primordial, because that's what Santa speaks.
Oh my god.
Or Undercommon, because that's what Mrs. Claus speaks.
Oh no.
Or
what is
Malkin?
what is that? What is the
Gathering? They're the blue people.
No.
I think the Bulldog are.
What's Sylvan?
No, you know Elvish. Sylvan is like Druidic speak.
What's Quarry?
I don't know. It's like Minotaur language now.
What would the language be of
the elves?
No.
And Santa. You know Elvish.
What's the name of Krampus?
Probably also Elvish.
The big thing with the horns, like.
Oh no! See, he knows primordial. He doesn't know. He deep speech. You should know deep speech.
Is she going to fight Scrooge and the Grinch? I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Go and knock on their door. Hi, I represent Santa. We got some things we need to discuss.
What happened here? What is Kroll?
Hey Siri.
What's Gith?
Hippos.
Oh yeah, duh. Wow, I just said that after I just talked about how much I love Gith. Okay, do I speak Celestial? I don't know. I can always change this after stream before we play. What's this one?
Dalkir?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't speak it.
Really? I thought you would.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know Dalkir.
Well, we're gonna go with it then. What would deer speak?
Elvish.
Ben, what is Dalkir? You guys are no help.
Thank you. Yeah, keep it.
Cruel's
Keep it.
a
It's
bad
good.
80s movie. Yeah.
Next.
Oh my god, no, that's
Doesn't matter. We have no starting equipment. Let's look at our. Let's
Let's see our creation.
Da, 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 da,
Oh, it's
da.
from
Let's see.
Oh, see, and then now I'd have to like pick magic spells and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Can we do that next stream?
Sure.
All right, next stream we're gonna talk about some cosplay at the table, and then we're gonna finish picking spells. So you guys help me create my first wizard.
The best spell.
And then maybe when we're done with this, maybe the next week you can do like a quick like find like a little like segment out of something and run it and like flavor it for Christmas.
I can do that.
I know you
We
can.
might have to go back down to 4th level and we'll do winter playing.
There is a Curse of Strahd Christmas one. I heard it's really whack, but I wonder what it would be like. We should read it. It's short.
She did go Forest Gnome Commander, so she can speak with animals.
If you go for forest over instead of elf, you get speak with animals free. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. So I can talk to the reindeer no matter what. All right, that works. That works.
We all know Dancer and Prancer and Giblets.
Blitz is a jerk.
We all know Mushi and Mushi and Mushi.
Ever since Rudolph became famous, he became an asshole too. Just calling it as it is.
The Dolph was the best broth.
What was that? Magic items from Santa.
Bonsai, apparently.
All right, guys, we're gonna thank you so much for joining us. Again, please follow, subscribe, follow us, and watch us on social media. Make asses of ourselves.
Literally forming into cheeks.
Yeah. And we will see you either tonight for the Demons and Devils with
7 o'clock
Danny,
Pacific Standard Time.
or we'll see you next Tuesday for more Cleric Talk at 1 o'clock. Tell Bunzai we said hello.
Yes.
The Cleric Games way.